guys, welcome back and welcome in if you are new. So today's gonna be quite different. It has never really been something like this. So if you are interested in seeing me go through and clean these shells with some muriatic acid, these shells are actually from my trip to Florida in, some were October and then the others were just a few weeks ago. I will show you some footage from our trip as well because it was an excellent time and I definitely want to share it with you. I also did a bit of shopping, so I'll do a little unboxing in this video too, so a lot to get to. But if this is something you're interested in, please consider subscribing. You're welcome to join our Buttercup family. Love to have you here. So, all right, let's get into it. I'm going to clean some of these shells, show you just what a difference dipping these in acid for a few moments makes, and then I'll show you a few that I have shined up before this video. Okay, let's get into it. As you can see, it looks a little bit different than when I last left you, but let me show you everything that I'm using. So you definitely want some sort of gloves. This is pure acid. It will burn your skin off. This stuff actually scares me. It works really, really well, but it scares me. So let me show you what I'm working with. So again, I've got my rubber gloves. I do have the acid. I'll show you the brand in just a moment. This little tub here actually has a mixture of acid and water already in it. This is just a clean water bowl, so that way it will stop the process of the acid from eating away at the shell. I do have my shells, and then you're not supposed to use metal, but I don't really see an issue with it, so I do have my strainer. This has been used many, many times in this mixture. And then I also have my metal tweezers or tongs, but let me show you. So these actually have been eaten away by the acid, as you can see. But these are only for this project. I would never use these in food. And I knew when I bought these that they were basically just going to be trash after a while, so I am fine with that. But if you have plastic, it's best to use plastic for this. But like I said, these are old. I bought them just for this project, for my shell project in the past, and I just continue to use them. They work fine. All right, so let me show you the acid. Again, I just want to preface before I get into any of this that this is a pure acid. It will eat anything it comes in contact, so be very, very careful when using this. I always use caution when I use mine. Even just mixing it gives me anxiety, so I just want to put that out there. If this is something you want to try, it works beautifully, which is why I continue to use it, but exercise caution. Okay, let me show you. I'll bring it closer and I'll show you, but yeah, just warning, warning, warning. So this is the brand that I use. You can tell that it is a dangerous product. There are warnings all over and in many different languages, and also safety instructions on if this does hit your skin or any other surface, how you clean it and deal with it. So again, this is the brand Exercise Caution. And with that, let's get into the fun part. So again, I'm going to come closer. I want to show you the shells that I'm going to dip. I'll show you the before and the after. I have a whole bin to do. This is just from our trip in June. This is from our trip in October. I am not getting to these today. I figure they've been sitting since October. They can sit a little while longer, but let's get into the fresh ones. I'll show you the difference, how they look before, and what they're gonna look like after being dipped. I did already do a couple, so let me show you. Let me pull these out. They're so pretty. I will put my gloves on before we go any further with the acid, but these have already been sitting in the clean water, so the acid is no longer eating at these. It has been neutralized. But let me show you what these look like. I'll show you what we're getting into. So these two shells are gorgeous. This is a calico scallop. I absolutely love them. I always say to myself, don't pick them up, you don't need them, and then I end up picking them up anyway. And this one is just beautiful. It's white with just the tiniest little hints of that beautiful purple color. And then this one, I just love shells. If you guys don't know that I love shells, this is a banded tulip. Now these have both been dipped in acid. I will show you what they looked like before on a different shell. You'll see the difference on just how clear and beautiful these came with just a very quick dip in acid. Here are some of the beauties that we're going to be working on. Oh, I just saw a whole bunch of sand fall out. Now these have actually been soaked in bleach water, and so they are very clean. It's crazy that the sand is still shaking out because they have been cleaned for quite some time. I think I left them in for a couple days. Now this is what it looked like when I picked it up off of the beach. The bleach does not affect the color of the shell. So this is how it looked when I picked it up off of the beach. But you know, when you find a banded tulip, you don't leave it. So I grabbed that one. This is a gorgeous apple murex. There are some gorgeous shades under there. I'm curious to see what the acid will bring up. Now with this one having all this beautiful texture, I have to be very, very careful. I do not want the acid to eat any of that texture off. So I'm going to just dip this one very quickly, see how it comes out. And then one of my favorites, again, I tell myself don't pick them up, you don't need them. This is a Florida Fighting Conch, but look at the pattern on this shell. Absolutely gorgeous. Now I don't think that all this white is going to come off, and I don't want to eat the shell with the acid. So I'm going to be very, very cautious when dipping all of these. But let's get into it and see what they look like when they are all cleaned up and beautiful. Okay, moment of truth. I absolutely hate this stuff, but it works so well. So I'm just going to take the shell and the tongs, very quick dip. I'm not even joking, half second, a second. If you leave this in, it's going to actually eat away at the shell. If I find one that I don't mind sacrificing, I'll show you what it looks like because it actually does look pretty cool, but I've accidentally done it before and ruined a gorgeous shell. So, okay. You guys could tell I don't love working with this stuff. I'm sure you could tell the apprehension, but it does work. So let me just, okay, I'll just quit being a baby about it and get in and show you. So all I'm doing is just taking this shell, dipping it in. It is going to fizz. It kind of acts like peroxide if peroxide would eat your flesh. I'm sorry, it's graphic, but that's kind of how I feel about it. So you do get that bubbly sensation from the peroxide kind of product, but yeah, scary. Okay, I digress. Let's get into it. And I didn't put my gloves on. Okay, let's break. I'll show you this one in a moment. I'm gonna break and put my gloves on just to be safe. And thank goodness my husband's not home because he would not be happy tonight that I'm doing this on the kitchen table. But alas, he's not home right now, so he'll never know. All right, safety first. So I have this banded tulip just sitting in the water. Let me pull this out and show it to you. I probably could dip this a couple more times. I'm always so afraid that I'm going to eat away at the shell that I don't want to take it too far. And here we have it. I will post a little photo of what it looked like before we cleaned it and what it looks like now, so you can really see the color came out. Yes, it's still a light shell, but the color really came out. You can really see those bands, which are absolutely gorgeous. Let's do the one I'm most worried about. We'll see if it fits in the tongs. If not, I'll use the wire basket. But I just don't want to ruin this shell. Apple murex, lace murex, rose murex. The murex family just happens to be one of my absolute favorite shells. And so I really don't want to ruin this one. All right, fingers crossed. And I think that's all I'm going to give it. I am afraid of taking that little baby too far. So I'm just going to let that one soak. Let's move on to this Florida Fighting Conch. And I cannot wait to see the beautiful pattern come to life on this. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, do I stop here? Oh, you guys, I stopped there. One dip. I might, I might take it back one more, but it's so pretty. So pretty, oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna give it one more dip. I just don't want to eat away at it, but I can really see there's still a little bit of a white film on there, and so I'd like to get rid of that. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, please don't ruin it. Please don't ruin it. Oh, the apprehension. Okay, real quick. Okay. Ooh, is that ever pretty? Okay, let's pull the Apple Murex out. It's been sitting in the water, so this one has been deactivated. Let's pull this one out and show you. Now this one might not look terribly different because the color was pretty good, but again, I will put a before and after. Oh my goodness, I'm just catching the dripping water, but look at how pretty. I was really afraid of losing that detail. I don't think I did, but oh, the color on it came out gorgeous. So pretty. I'll actually show you again once I take these gloves off, but yeah. Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's check the fighting conch. Look at how absolutely gorgeous that is. Oh, so much of that white came off. I was very happy about that. But look at that pattern that you just could not see because it was covered. Absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah, I'm in love. Oh, so beautiful. The top, this is a gorgeous shell. All right, I'm gonna clean a few more and then I'll come back at the end and show you everything. And I'm actually going to go through and do some of these with mineral spirits, and I'll show you that as well. It just keeps, so once this dries, it's not going to be this shiny, and when you put some mineral spirits on it, it will come back to this luster. So, all right, we'll do that soon. Oh, beautiful. So I have removed the gloves, but I want to show you. So these are some beautiful shells that I had already cleaned from this trip last month. This is a gorgeous Gaudy Nautica, and this is considered a gastropod. That's the type of animal that inhabits the shell. So this is a snail shell, and it is in the shark eye family, but this one's called a Gaudy Nautica. Absolutely gorgeous. This one, oh, this one was incredible. So this is an alphabet cone. Many shell collectors, this is like one of their bucket list shells. So the story behind this one was so fun and not fun. So Mama Buttercup was not feeling well, so she sat in the water just waiting for the boat to come to pick us up off of the island. And since I was feeling okay, I decided just to walk around a little bit, and no joke, where the boat would have picked us up, this was before the boat came, so right where the boat would have picked us up, this was literally laying just right there waiting for me. It was maybe ankle deep water, just waiting for me. It was so ugly when I got it. It was covered in periostracome. I'll find a picture and put it up here for you to show you what it looks like covered in periostracome. It's like a layer that sits on top of the shell. So this was not very pretty when I got it, but I could see the diamond in the rough, picked this baby up and cleaned it when I got it home, and man, is it gorgeous. So what a great shell. Then the last one, I believe, I'm pretty good at shells, but there's some that I just don't know. I think this one is a Venus clam, but this one is hinged. So fun. So it has the front and the back. And this is actually a bivalve, is what they call this type of animal that lives in here. So really cool. So this is a Venus clam shell. Pretty sure it's Venus. Tell me in the comments if you know your shells. If I'm wrong, let me know what this one is. But yeah, so these have been shined up with the mineral oil on them, and oh, just gorgeous. As you can tell, this one is my favorite. And then that Gaudy Nautica. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. Next up, I have this little guy. So this is what the Gaudy Nautica looked like when I got it. This is a different one, but I wanted to show you before and after. So this is fresh from the ocean. It has not been cleaned at all. So let's clean this one, and then I will show you what it looks like. Oh, there we have it. Ooh, hold on, it's a slippery little fella. Actually, I'm gonna take my glove off because now that this is clean, it's gonna be easier to hold. So look at how well this, look at how beautifully this cleaned up. Just a quick dip in acid. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, beautiful. It's, first of all, our earth is incredible. The gifts that it gives us. I mean, literally, this is sea trash. These are items that the ocean no longer needed.
but what a treasure they are for us. Oh, just so gorgeous. If you're interested in any of these shells, let me know. I'll put them up on my website for you. I got quite a few and I definitely don't need to keep them all. So, oh, just beautiful. I was telling you that the Murex family of shells is just probably my favorite. So these are called lace Murex because, well, a couple reasons. They're much thinner in the body here than the apple Murex, but also they're very, very lacy. Now, don't be confused because the apple Murex can actually get very lacy, but look at the gorgeous lace on this guy. Oh my goodness. And the color differentiation is just stunning. And then look at the tips. Oh my goodness, they are absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. So this is another one of my favorites. This is the lace Murex. Couple more for you. So this one is called a top snail. Now I believe it's a jujube. I'm not great with top snails, but I believe this one's a jujube. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. And you can see just a small little bit of the nacre showing. So cool. It's that little iridescent tip there. The whole inside of this shell actually has a nacre, but you can really just see the top there. So pretty. Then this one is another favorite. I'm just in love with shells, you guys. I have no excuse for myself. This is a spiny jewel box, and you can see it has all these gorgeous spines. And this one's kind of fun because it came with a bonus. It has a barnacle. And this is actually hinged, which is also fun. A lot of times you'll just find one half, but this guy is still hinged. It's like a tiny little ocean jewelry box. And then again, it has that fun little barnacle. Now this one's empty. You never want to take it. Even if this shell is empty, you are not supposed to take it if this barnacle still has life. This one doesn't. It looks like an empty volcano, so you know it is safe to take. But another favorite, oh my goodness, I just love, love, love shells. So let's shine up a few of these shells. So this is actually just from IKEA. This is mineral oil. You can get it anywhere. This is just the bottle that I happen to have for our cutting board, but it works the same for shells. So I'm just going to apply some of this. Again, this is just a napkin that I was using earlier, and I figure I might as well just use that instead of getting a rag. Either way doesn't quite matter. So this is that gorgeous shell that we cleaned. And I'm going to show you what a difference a little bit of oil makes. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let me shine this up. I'll be right back to show you. Okay, here it is. All shined out. Now I'm going to let that sit for a little while. Then I'm going to wipe off any excess oil. But man, does that look gorgeous. Probably one of my favorite finds. Definitely my favorite fighting conch. The pattern on that is just gorgeous. Here is a banded tulip that I shined up. Now it's really pretty, however the aperture is broken, but that's okay, it's still gorgeous. This is the aperture, the opening. The lip, I guess you could call it, that would be the aperture. So it's a little broken, but it's still really pretty, all shined up. And then I want to do the Gaudy Nautica with you. So I pulled this Gaudy Nautica. It's still really, really pretty, but it's kind of dull. So I just took some of that oil, put it on my napkin, and we're just going to apply it, and it's going to come to life. So pretty. And there we have it. Look at how beautiful that is. Again, I'll let this sit a couple hours and then I'll wipe the excess oil off. They're just gorgeous. And you can actually take a clear coat to this as well, like a spray if you wanted to. That's what Mama Buttercup does, but I just prefer the oil. I just feel like it's more natural. Okay, it's about 3 hours later, and I wanted to show you the items that I picked up on vacation. These are just kind of the big items. We did get small items. You guys know we went to Buc-ee's. If you want to see more footage on that, I do have some.
And I have a lot of extra footage, so I think we might do a part 2 of vacation. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that, because I was going through everything and I'm like, man, oh, this was cool, this was cool, this was cool. So definitely have more things to share if you're interested in seeing. But I have been waiting 3 weeks, I think, to not only use these items, but share them with you. And I have not even used them because I thought I didn't want to use it and maybe take the chance on getting it dirty or ruining it. So I have been waiting, and they've been patiently sitting, waiting to show you guys. So I went to the Coach outlet. So Quinn wanted to do some shopping, and we went to an outlet, kind of was like shopping center, and I was like, oh, I bet you they have a Coach here. They did not. We ended up at a different outlet, and they didn't have a Coach either. So we figured out we were maybe like 20 minutes away from a Coach outlet, and I was like, love you, bud. No, you don't want to go shopping there, but we're totally going. So we did. We stopped. I went in for one item, and it was actually in my cart, but they didn't have it at this location. And of course, I ended up finding 3 other things. So let me show you. Now, I am not usually a fan of the Coach logo. I own a closet full of Coach. And I keep saying I'll show you guys. If you want to see it, let me know. But I own a closet full of Coach. I love their handbags. I have been told, oh, they're not couture, they're not high-end, they're not luxury. For me, a $300 to $600 bag is a luxury item. So I know we will agree to disagree on that point. To me, Coach is luxury. Of course, the outlet price point is much better. You know, you're looking at anywhere from $150 to $100, sometimes a little bit less than $150. So I much prefer those prices, and those are still expensive. So I will stick with this is what a lot of people call an affordable luxury, but it's still a luxury item, and I happen to love them. I love the quality. I have been a Coach girl for probably close to 10 years, maybe more. So with that said, let me show you the cuties that I did get. This I had no intentions of buying, but look at it. I had to have it. This is actually terry cloth, which is so cool. Feels like a bath towel or a swim towel. Now, I, again, don't love the big logo, hey, I'm carrying a Coach. I don't love that, but I don't know, there was just something about this. I love it. I know I'm going to get tons and tons of use out of it. It's so soft, beach, travel, whatever, you name it. I am definitely going to use this. Look at the big puffy handles. It's just a really, really cute bag. And I don't know where my receipt went, or I totally give you the price. The comparable value is $328, but since this was from the outlet, I know that it was not close to that. I think it was maybe $160 if I recall, but I could be wrong. But I just love this bag, and I'm very, very happy with it. Cannot wait to use it. Now, there are 2 other goodies in here, so let me show you those. Oh, and then let's go over the inside of this bag. So I'll empty it, and then I'll come back to it. Haha, found my receipts. All right, so it is all emptied out. Let me show you the inside. This is a huge bag. How cute that they put like they would do in a regular handbag. It's got their big old Coach in there, and then I think it has a zipper. Yes, so it has a zipper pouch. Nice zippered area there. What is this? Oh, just your care instructions. So yeah, a really, really nice bag for all kinds of uses, and it's really comfortable. I actually really love this. What a cute tote. Okay, let me get my receipt. I'll tell you the price. So the reason I have 2 receipts. So we get up to the register. I put my stuff on the counter. She rings it up. I'm literally standing here like this. I have my purse on my shoulder as well. I think it was crossbody that day, so I just had a lot of stuff hanging on me. So I get to the register. She rings up my items, and she says it's going to be $221.39, and I'm like, okay. So we go through, I cash out, and in my head I'm like, why is it so much less than I had anticipated? Whatever, not complaining. So we get ready to go. She bags up my stuff. I grab it from the counter, and I'm like, oh, I have this. I'm like, no wonder why it was much less than I thought. And we both kind of giggled. And Quinn's like, oh, you tried to steal that. I'm like, first of all, I'm not built or cut out for prison. And second of all, if you're going to steal, you better do it big. And this isn't worth it. So we had a little chuckle about that, and then I very promptly paid for it. And what I paid for this black bag was
$125.65 before taxes. So that's what I paid for this cutie pie. Let me show you the other bag I bought, and then I got something else that I thought was really cool. They had it in 3 shades, and I actually wanted all 3 finishes, but I wasn't willing to spend that much money. So let me show you the other bag that I bought, the wallet to go with it, and then the third item. So I went for, now this is much smaller. This is kind of mid-size for me. So I love a big bag. Like that tote bag size is usually my handbag size. I just love a big bag. But I do often gravitate towards a medium-sized bag. And then I love a small crossbody if I'm out running around and want to be hands-free. So I don't know, something about this bag. I actually loved the tone on tone, that it's all the same. It doesn't really attract much attention. This is called a bucket bag. If you're not really into bags, this is what they call a bucket bag. It has a magnetic closure, and then it also has a shoulder strap which you can shorten and lengthen. Stuff everywhere. My gosh, there's all kinds of paper tags. All right, so here is the inside. Does have a zipper pull. There we have it, zipper pull that matches. Oh my gosh, there's just stuffing everywhere. All right, there is the inside zipper with more stuff. All right, so there we have that. So that's your zipper pouch, and then it does also have 2 side pockets, which are really nice. So just a nice simple bag. You guys know I always travel with zipper pouches, so that just keeps everything nice and clean. So I'll just pop a couple in there. And then I got the wallet. However, it doesn't match perfectly, which we know me by now does drive me crazy. So this leather is what they call pebbled leather. And yes, they had the exact color pebbled wallet. However, the pebbled wallet had a gold coach. Now, why you would make it gold when this one, the same exact product, has the matching logo? Why they didn't do that on the Pebble, I don't know. So I did just go for this nice soft leather with the same matching logo. Also, I liked this style better. It has a little tiny zipper for your change or whatever you'd like. And then when you open this one, you can actually, it's a trifold, so you can put your cash in there. Not that I ever have cash, but on the rare occasion. But I also like to put receipts in here. So I love the trifold, and then you have your card slots. And the Pebble wallet that matched this one perfectly with the gold logo actually was just a, what was it? It was just 2, so it was like a half. So you weren't able to put any cash or anything in larger in there. So I did opt for the different finish of leather, but it has the same logo. So there is that. And then the last thing that I got was a really cool accessory chain. Now I love to switch up my chains. Most of my Coach is gold hardware. I love the gunmetal hardware. Only I think 1 or 2 pieces have gunmetal. Maybe 1 or 2 have the silver. 99, 98, I don't know, a very large percentage of my Coach is gold. And so I saw these. Now they had them in all of the other finishes, which I would have loved to have gotten. But these were, oh, let me tell you the price of the bag. So this bag was $118.15. The wallet was $49.98. This shoulder strap was on sale for $29.75. It is, their comparable price was $50. So at $30, I would have loved, and I think this is a good price for this product. It's nice and heavy, but I just couldn't, at $30 a piece, add another almost $100 onto my bill to get accessory chains. But look at this gorgeous heavy duty gold chain. It's going to look so good on so many bags, especially if you have a long shoulder bag and you don't really want it to be long. These are great. Or some gals, and I don't know what they call it, but basically when you over accessorize your handbag, that's really popular right now. And so many gals are doing that. So if you wanted to have that look, you could easily do that with something like this. So then you have, and they would put charms and all kinds of things, but you would have that kind of over accessorized, heavy look. You could get another one of these and do it in half. There's just a lot of options. But even for this bag, well, not really, yeah, not for this bag. You cannot take this other, strap off. But if you could, you know, then you have a completely different look to your handbag. So I don't know. I love these. Eventually, yes, I'll probably get one in every color. But while we were on vacation, I did a lot of shopping for Queen, and I was like, really should behave. So, and I did some damage at Coach. I spent $350 at Coach. Now, I don't do it very often. That's how I justify it. But I'll tell you, this is just one of my favorite brands. For me, it's far more accessible than Dior, and you guys know I am obsessed with Dior. But this is in my comfort zone, so I always come back to it. The quality is impeccable. I've never had any issues with my Coach bags, so tried and true. Last item I got was just something, it's not even for this haul, it was really just something that I would have liked to have had, and I've never seen them offered, so I picked up a dust cover, and they had 2 sizes. This was $10. I really feel like at the amount of money I spent, they should have given me this for free, but they didn't. But they had 2 sizes. They had this size and then one that would actually fit this one quite nicely, and I wish I would have picked it up, but they were $10 a piece, and I have, like I said, huge Coach bags that this would fit really nicely on. So the fabric is really nice, the quality is really nice, but I expect that from Coach, and they never let me down. Okay, well, goodness, we went through a lot. I think we shall carry on in a future video with the rest of my vacation. And let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for joining me. As always, I appreciate having you here. You guys take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.